Welcome to 365 Days of Richer Living, daily morning reading, meditation, and prayer time. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. Today is May 4th. Today, as a child, I enter into the gladness of living, trusting in the eternal goodness. And the scriptural reference given for this morning's reading is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and running over, shall men give into your bosom. Who would not be as a child again? Who would not again have the simple faith and childlike trust that somehow or other we seem to lose on the path of human experience? Things crowd in upon us until we lose one of the greatest of all gifts, the simple, spontaneous joy of living and a trust in the power of good, which alone is able, ready, and willing to meet all our needs. Let us then again return to the place of assurance that comes with the simplicity of faith. I now command the multitude of doubts and fears that crowd into my mind to be quiet while the divine miracle takes place in my life. I let every good I possess become multiplied as divine love acts upon my faith to bring into my experience everything necessary to my well-being. I know that this divine good includes all things that are necessary: food and shelter, love and friendship, and the accomplishment of every right purpose. And so my faith, the faith of the little child in me, rises with expectancy to meet the new day, comes in joy to accept the bounty of heaven. With the faith of a little child, I place my human hand in the invisible hand of the all-sustaining good, and I let the miracle of life and love take place. I break my bread with thanks and distribute such good as I have to everyone I meet. I say of my own household and the households of all others, God bless the four corners of this house, and be with the lintel blessed, and bless the beds, and bless the board, and bless each place of rest, and bless the door that opens wide to strangers as to kin, and bless each crystal window pane that lets the sunlight in. And so let's take that into our time of contemplation and meditation. I know God. I recognize that I must know God. Some part of me must always be aware of that which it is. That God, life, love, peace, power, presence, beauty, joy, magnificence, whatever word we use, Buddha, Allah, Great Spirit, whatever linguistic label we apply to talk about this one infinite being, cannot define it. It is undefinable, indefinable, unlimitable. It is whole, complete, and perfect within itself. And by whole, I am recognizing that there is nothing missing. By complete, I am recognizing that there is nothing to be added. By perfect, I am recognizing that there is no judgment in life itself. There is no qualifier. Because of all life being perfect, all expressions must be equally perfect. I recognize this one as eternal. And by eternal, I am recognizing that it has no beginning and it has no end. That it simply is, always has been. Omnipresent, meaning it has no boundaries. And so it must be everywhere present. The very center of it must be everywhere present, expanding into infinity that my brain cannot even comprehend. And yet my heart recognizes the vibration of it. And that recognition comes because I am made out of it. I contain it. The human reference to I is simply nomenclature for discussion, to reference a point of the divine expressing itself, individualized as me, as each me. There is no separation. And in the wholeness, in oneness, there is no sameness. That oneness simply references that all life is created out of one, lives within one, is sustained by one, is individualized expressions of one. Never the same. No two expressions alike. The divine never replicating itself, but rather expanding itself in experience and expression. This is my life. There is one life, the infinite. It is living itself as me. There is no separate life of God and a separate life of Rafe. There is life living itself. And so I recognize that I am the divine in form. And I remind my human brain that the human I is not all of God. And yet all of God resides right here in this physical container. And at the spiritual level, there is an understanding, there is a resonance. There is a place of recognition that relaxes into the peace, the contentment of, there I am. And I know that as recognition. I know it by resonance. I know it by vibration. I know it by familiarity. Familiarity at a level that the human perception cannot grasp. It is beyond the limitations of my humanity. And yet, it is the very thing that makes my humanity possible. And so I allow the coexistence in my brain as I align the energy within me, without me, around me, as me. I align the meaning of words. I rejoice in returning to that childlike curiosity that explores every idea that pops into my head, every divine nudge to learn more. I release the lie that this is hard work, and I lean into the joy of childlike curiosity. A childlike curiosity that has no fear, that has only gloriously divine curiosity, a desire to explore. And so I do. And I allow this day to be a day of divine exploration, a day of divine discovery, a day of divine expression. No need to script what that will look like, how that will go, but simply to begin this day in this joy of curiosity, the awe and wonder of the unknown, of the I wonder what's here. I feel it uplift me, and I am grateful. I am grateful that I live in a time, in a realm, in a physical expression where there is so much to explore, so many resources for exploration. And I allow myself to question them all, not from a place of doubt, but from a place of curiosity. To keep the door open to experience more of God. To keep the portal open, to keep my mind open, to keep my heart open, to release any lie that vulnerability is somehow unsafe, that authenticity is somehow unsafe. And I allow myself to live wide open, knowing there is nothing to protect, because nothing in me can be harmed. That I am not my physical body. I am what is traveling in it. I am the divine that has residency in this flesh temple. So I leave the channel open to discover, to play, to live in that realm of undefined joy for no reason other than I can. And so I am grateful. I am grateful because I know by resonance, I know by energetic alignment that the word spoken is the word fulfilled. I feel it shift within me as it is spoken. I recognize that it is the divine speaking itself into being this day. And I am moved to gratitude, to a simple word of thank you. Thank you to life. Life within me, life around me, life as me. And being grateful, being utterly convinced beyond doubt, convicted at the soul level where the activity of the divine operates as me. I know that it is done. And so the only thing left to do is let go. To let go. To release any idea of controlling anything in this human realm. And to let go and open myself wide open to receive. To put in motion, to move consciousness, to open myself to the divine inflow so that I can participate in the outflow, the inspiration of the spirit and the expiration of experience. I let go. I let it be what it already is. What a concept. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is.